not familiar with Roblox, Roblox is a metaverse, and it's also a game. And this is one of the first metaverses that just recently partnered with Nike. And we actually take it back, and these are old times. This is already past, but I want you guys to really see. Nike has filed 7 trademark applications in the metaverse. As part of the application, the company indicates its intent to make and sell virtual branded sneakers and apparel. People familiar with Nike's plans is a priority for the brand. Consumers expect to see virtual rollouts in the months ahead. So we're literally talking about shoes. So the idea behind Nike and Jordan and everything is for whenever it is that you do purchase a physical good, you will also acquire the virtual good or an NFT of that physical good that you bought. Is that making sense? So man, Nike really won. Look at that. So it looks like everyone. I'm not forgetting y'all that like Adidas, but I've always wanted to see that poll. Anyway, you play on Nike, if you look over here, for Nike fans to connect, create, share experiences, complete Nike Land. So this place is called Nike Land. Nike creates bespoke world. It's the bespoke world with the backdrop of its world headquarters inside Roblox immersive 3D space, building on its goal to turn sports and play into a lifestyle. So I would say this is for, of course.
So guys, what he's explaining is Nike having access inside of the metaverse and how it has just recently filed several trademarks for itself to be inside of the metaverse. This is very, very important because this is how I'm showing you or explaining to you, or this is what he's explaining about how you can really scale your business inside of the metaverse. So continue to stay tuned as this loads up, because sometimes there is so much activity going on in the metaverse that it can kind of slow things down. And until they find the technology to do so, you may see things a little bit slowed down just a tad bit. But as you can see, there's so many people on this session from all around the world. And it's very imperative that you that are watching don't just sit by the sidelines. Just be like everyone else. You got people from Thailand that's here. And just recently, we've been in the Asian markets here for some time, just recently hit Vietnam. So this is exciting news.
Can't spell it perfectly, but here we go. I'm good? Okay. So Nike Inc. acquires Artifact. Nike Inc. today announced the acquisition of Artifact, a leading brand that leverages cutting-edge innovation to deliver next-generation collectibles that merge culture and gaming. So I'd like to show you some of the footwear and everything that's, you kind of look at, so it's RT, there we go. You look at some of the wearables, it's pretty cool. So this is all immersive, right? The whole goal is for it to be immersive and connect, whether it's virtual reality or augmented reality. And you're looking at a lot of these wearables that are all partnered with Nike, and it's really impressive everything that Nike is actually starting to do. I was trying to find you guys a video. I had it actually ready. Hopefully they have a video over here. But a lot of these partners and what they're creating is really impressive in the metaverse, because you could seriously see, for example, I think this was the video. Give me a second here. And then I'm going to show you Adidas. Now we can't leave Adidas behind. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. So look at this. So this is the Artifact augmented reality Metaverse Nike acquisition. And it looks, I know, maybe similar to some of you guys that have Vive and Omi. You look at some of your collectibles. Well, same thing here, right? It is in the metaverse, or what we could say augmented reality. And a lot of these brands from Jordans to, the Dunks to the everything that maybe you love in Nike, expect to now potentially be buying an item, a tangible item, and then have an online collectible. And this then takes us to, for example, Adidas. And Adidas is doing it in a very different way, in a really exciting way. So for those of you that love Adidas, I'll quickly play this simple little video. So you guys can kind of get an idea. And let me see if you guys, if anybody actually sees any NFT that you might recognize, just drop it in the chat box. So this is Adidas, and they have partnered with some of the largest NFTs in the world. So I think they went a different route in comparison to Nike. And really different route, because they've partnered with Bored Ape Yacht Club, with Punks, G Money, and it gets really exciting because they also have dropped their own collectible and NFT. We could actually go to OpenSea and kind of just check that out. This is strictly educational. All right. So look over here. This is Adidas Originals into the Metaverse Phase 1. So one of these, so we click play really quickly. And this is a collectible, for example. As you can see here, it's going for about a little over an ETH, or about USD-wise 2,700. Into the Metaverse is a collaborative NFT project between Adidas Original and NFT pioneers G Money, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and Punks Comic. An NFT co-created with the OG communities, creators, and doers. So phase one, there's really not much details to it, but Nike doesn't have this yet. See, Adidas is already on OpenSea, and they have created this, and they've gone through phase one. Prepare wallet NFT supplies limited to 30,000 for 0.2. So it looks like it already sold out, and this is now the secondary market. And it's really cool because we're going from now physical goods to digital. And you could look at all of these different partners, and it's really neat what these guys are doing. And of course, going on OpenSea and whatnot. So I wanted to share that with you all because there are brands that are, whether it is NFT related, whether it is, for example, Metaverse related, they are really doing what they can to make a mark and a statement into the industry. So expect a lot of your favorite brands to come about, and you're actually even seeing it. I don't know of anybody cooler for now. Nike, I think, is going through the Roblox a little bit more of the younger crowd. Go out there and play, go out there and exercise. Adidas did. I agree that the marketing is a little bit cooler. But if we go now to what we're seeing also in regards to some of these other brands, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the brand designer brand called Balenciaga. Balenciaga has partnered and dropped a collection in Fortnite. And the reason I'm painting this, how I'm delivering this information for you guys tonight is so you really get the bigger picture as to what the Metaverse is starting to do for brands. Because we're looking at, number one, this first started out here, Balenciaga, at least with Fortnite. So Fortnite, you were able to actually buy some of these wearables for you to play, etc. And now, at least for example, Balenciaga and a lot of these brands, they're dropping NFT collections. They're dropping, for example, you could even see it on your Oculus. You could buy a different outfit. You could buy a specific type of brand. You could go to, for example, Decentraland or Sandbox and change how you look. And a lot of these NFTs that you purchase will be in the blockchain and in your wallet, and you decide to either wear them, collect them, sell them, do as you wish, or even create them. So really excited as to where the fashion industry is headed in regards to, of course, just overall where we're going when buying an item and you get a digital good, right? Or you buy a digital good, and for owning that digital good, you get every single drop. So if you all know Nike shoes or Yeezys, or for those of you that love, sneakers, right? We all know how it works when the new Dunks or a exclusive off-white collection comes about, or the new Yeezys drop. It is a raffle. It is people with bots trying to buy these shoes, try to buy, a limited supply, and then once it's all sold out, it's sold in secondary markets. I believe sneakers are almost the closest thing in regards to NFTs, right? Some of the different colored Yeezys are more rare than others. Same thing goes for NFTs. Some NFTs are more rare than others, limited supply, less of a supply. Some are more vintage, some are the originals. And it's very correlated to how NFTs work. Now, my guess is with how NFTs are now coming about and the metaverse is coming about, I truly believe that Nike and a lot of these companies for these drops are going to start selling some sort of NFT access. Or if you own this NFT, you get to skip the line, or you get to be the top 100 in the draw, or you get access to more rare physical goods than your typical person that does not have or require an NFT. So you could really take this in all sorts of ways what an NFT could do to a company into a business. So you can see it. Somebody saying shoes are the original NFT. So it's very different. And what of course everything's bringing to the metaverse and also uniting the NFTs. And I love that Mondays we go over the metaverse because Tuesdays we do NFTs, and you'll see the resemblance as to the necessity for both. Right? In the metaverse, you need the blockchain, and a lot of these goods are all attached to the blockchains. So it's like you can't have the metaverse without the NFTs. Then you can't have the NFT without the metaverse because a lot of these NFTs are showcased in the metaverse, are now evolving. A lot of these, for example, if we go to OpenSea, and you'll see it. Like let's say the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? This NFT collection specific, right? Some of these specific collections are attempting to create or in the works of creating their own metaverse. So, for example, if you own an item from the collection, gives you access to the metaverse or whatever that metaverse entails. So, for example, I'm also part of some of these different NFTs in the Solana chain and Solana network instead of Ethereum. And a lot of these projects are building their own metaverse as well. And in a way, it creates that exclusivity but it also creates an NFT and are able to use that NFT then in the metaverse. And you'll see how this progresses. It's still very early. Very few NFT collections themselves have their own metaverse. And I think that's the new realm and the utility behind it, and how these really NFT collections are going to go from, let's say, a picture of an ape to an immersive experience where you get to control your ape and be into a community or in a space where you get to see and walk around and utilize. Does that make sense? So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of, a little fashion, you'd say, the Nike with the Nike and Adidas, sharing you guys some info, because I think it's going to get really exciting as to where we're going. Now, before I take you into the metaverse, as we're seeing a nice little bounce here occurring in the market, our position here with XRP-USD, we re-entered the position last night. It gave us another run very close to our take profit.
Okay, so right now he's acting over the charts.
And
he's actually,
and I'm covering this because this is one of
showing
our
where price point
trade
is,
ideas, if I'm not mistaken,
how to actively get inside and actually actively invest in the different projects that has a staple in Metaverse. So I'm going to come back.
Currently, we're still
and
in
I'm
that
going
zone.
to take you guys back
And I'm
into
expecting
the
a nice
Metaverse
bounce
when he
here
goes
for
back into the
BTC
Metaverse.
and ETH
But right now,
here in
as
the
he's
market,
looking at
right?
some of
I'm
the
gonna be
charts,
covering
you may
now
not
Mana,
understand it right
Sand, and a
now,
lot of these different
but
projects.
you will learn to understand the Metaverse. Okay, so I'm going to take you back.
So you all can
Don't
have the
be
exact
alarmed.
technicals
Don't be
for a lot of
afraid
these
about
different
what you're going to
pairs,
see.
right? So
It just basically
we'll
helps
start
us
with Mana. We
as
covered BTC earlier,
people
so
that
if you
are
missed it, folks,
being
just feel free to go
educated
to
and as master students, that we learn
beginning of the
a skill set that's going to pay
or
us
it
for the
might
rest
be
of our
actually
lives, guys.
new
So
recording due to it just happened.
that's the beautiful thing about being a part of
This is the Coinbase chart.
this
And we'll just
particular
reset completely,
academy,
so we'll go
that
from
we have access
so you
on the
could
cutting
start
edge of
seeing what I'm
technology,
showing you,
and
it
we
all
are
starts to
early
make sense,
adopters of this,
So if you're looking
what is
to
called
get involved in the
cryptocurrency.
industry, right?
So right now we're going to go
the
back
metaverse, especially
into
cryptocurrency
the session.
related,
We're
right?
going to look at the
Most people
screens.
ask,
What
well,
he's
Nick,
going
how
to do is
could
do
I
some technical analysis,
participate?
so
And you
that
can
you'll know
participate in
price
different ways.
points, so you'll know all
There
those
are
things. So
buying the
when you
actual
guys get
cryptocurrency,
started,
right,
when you
involved
become
in
a
the
part of this
industry,
community,
there is a way, and on
working
your own
alongside
terms
with
to
me, you're going
start
to
a
learn these
business
same
or to
principles. You're
build
going to
on a
learn
blockchain or a
more about
metaverse
how to
and
really
share a
maximize
product,
your
a
investments when it comes
service,
to
create an NFT, create a wearable,
investing.
and then hence, create some sort of income for yourself doing so. And the leading pair right now in the actual metaverse market, we're currently sitting at around 22 billion. All right, very, very small still. Mana's trading back out to 239. All right, lost about 16, almost 17% value in the last 7 days. 13% in box. Axie's now back down to 46. See, a lot of these due to just where BTC and how BTC's movement is and where the state of the market and emotion is currently, right? So we have Decentraland, Sandbox, Axie, we have Detto, we have Engine, Wax, Tology, Sushi, which I don't really know why they call Sushi the Metaverse pair. But if we were to look at some of these other smaller, for example, Blocktopia's trading at 1.5 cents, took a massive sell-off, while Other World is now trading at $1.31, a 30% drop in the last 7 days. Let's see over here. Star Atlas trading at 2 cents. So if you could just look around, the market's really taking a hit due to how BTC's price action is currently in. So if we look at the market then, where are most of these alts potentially? Headed, right? And if we just map out where we are on the chart, right? And this is Metaverse Mondays, and I don't want to shift it too much into technicals, but I really want to give you guys a good outlook if you're either in some of these positions, you're looking to acquire some of these positions at your own risk and your own disclosure, then you really got to be
so right now what you're looking at is
where the current
chart. It's a graph of what's happening with some of the alternative coins that are
number one
inside of cryptocurrency.
If we look here for Mana, right? Decentraland. We have a couple Fibonacci relations. We have our first fib level from low to high. I'm going to grab another point here. So we could extend and take a look. We have the 618, 618, and the 770. All right. So there's about a cluster right here. Where do I see the market potentially headed at, though, for example, Decentraland and most of these pairs? If you reset and you really just take a look, we still have a massive level of imbalance that is now slowly being eaten up. Look at that weekly candle. Even drop that to the 3 day. Or let's just go to the daily per se. It's very important that we flip over again over that 200 EMA. Because lately we started using it as support. We flipped it, but now it really does look like we're losing. You look at structure in general.
She drunk it though. She drunk it.
Support.
I bet if we make a nuclear float, she'll rub it.
So guys, what he was doing is he was taking a little bit of technical analysis and he was showing or explaining the recent price points in some of the alternative coins that are inside of the metaverse or that use the metaverse technology. So with that, he explained that, most of the coins, they did take a dive towards a bullish market or bullish trend. And that could be due to quite a few factors. It could be due to what we're seeing in the economy with the war or the discrepancies between Russia and the US. But guys, even though this is happening, these are still an opportunity for you to get inside of this space and make money. See, when those things present obstacles like that, that's the best time for you to get involved because you can get involved at a very, very low price point before the coins itself begins to do a reversal and a turnaround into the opposite direction. This is what we call maybe either a bearish trend where the markets for those coins are really moving in a downwards trend. But it doesn't mean that they're going to stay there forever. They're not going to stay there forever because things are going to start turning around. Always understand that the market still always turn around and it goes in the opposite direction. But this is just your opportunity to get in when the price of those things are low because the utility for it is going to be very low. But as more technology, as more things develop, those coins are going to really, 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 and I mean really see a huge reversal, and reversal begins to be much more beneficial for the investor. So as you can see, guys, we are actually making ourselves some cocktails while we're trading. So just stay tuned as we go more into the metaverse. So, okay, we're going to get back into the metaverse. I just wanted to like pause and stop everything for right now and just kind of explain what was happening. Because this is the way that we look at the analytics for things to get in a great position when it's a good position to actually start investing and focusing our attention to certain coins that we know that's going to have a huge utility.
However, what's happening now here is we're losing structure. So we had high, higher, low, high, lower, high, lower, high, low, higher, low. However, the problem.
So what he means by higher, low is there's at one point the price point was at a all-time high, and then it begins to move towards the downwards trend. So at one point it was high, now we're moving low, and then it moves up. Price point moves up again past that low, and then there's another higher low. It creates another stance where there's another high, but it's lower than the highest all-time high. So you'll see those things as things begin to unfold. Once you become a part of the academy and you're learning from our educators, all these things are going to be so much more simpler for you, and it's going to make a lot of sense. And this will really help you when you are actually in your own strategies of learning. If you're in your own strategy of recognizing the charts, knowing what to look for, it's going to make things a lot more simpler and more easier for you to understand. One thing they've been created to make things more simpler for the everyday person to understand. And that's what our goal is, to make sure that we impact 1 million families. Right now, we are currently at 400,000 and more families that are using this platform. And we're moving it, actually, if I'm not mistaken, not 1 million, but 1 billion families around the world having access to this information. Let's see. We could get this back to it looks towards to have a depiction of what it looks like. He gave you a brief depiction of what the metaverse looks like with Nike and Adidas. So if we're not able to view that, then you can definitely see what was already displayed earlier.
Engine's back at this level. So we've had that original trend line broke, retested once, retested twice. Still, we've been in this downward trend. Setting up to be now a potential bullish wedge. It'd be nice to see a break. And what's interesting with Engine, a run back up to all-time highs, which is still very rare to even speak about in this market right now.
So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here. And I'm going to just briefly explain
2x, 3x potentially.
Started in this
from the low to the high
in this academy. To get started, guys, you would definitely reach out to me. I have my own link that I will provide to you, and it only takes about 7 to 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe about 5. Well, actually 7 to 10 minutes to get started. Your personal information is not required. Only thing you need is to set up a username, your own password, and set up a name for yourself. So I use my name as Money Chemistry, because if you think about the power of life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I named Money Chemistry. So every time I go into this platform, I type in Money Chemistry, because I want to make chemistry. I want to create a plethora of things with the money that I gain just by learning how to trade in the markets with cryptocurrency and the foreign exchange market and the binary options market. So Money Chemistry, as you think about, chemistry comes up, and it's a combustible energy of different scientific projects that you create a world of things, creation. Everything that we see here is basically based off of chemistry. Putting certain atoms, putting certain molecules together, putting certain things together, that scientific things that only you can do inside of a lab. So I decided to do Money Chemistry because I want to be able to make money, make chemistry. I want my money to be able to create things. I want my money to be able to come up with things. I want my money to be able to pay for things. I want my money to be able to create unimmeasurable wealth for me. So on tonight, thank you so very much for joining me talking about the metaverse. We were able to take you briefly into the metaverse, but I definitely want you to know that you can definitely sign up with me. I have a link. You can ask for that link in the details or in the inbox, and I'll definitely forward that information over to you. It takes about 7 to 10 minutes to get started, and you are automatically inside of the platform learning, gathering information, and it gives you that access where you can start trading. It only takes a few moments, guys, to get started, but I want you to get started and not wait. Just go ahead and get started. So again, happy Metaverse Monday on today. Just understand inside of the metaverse that you are able to create unimaginable things. You can build partnerships. You can create your brand inside of the metaverse. You can create businesses inside of the metaverse. As you can see, Nike and Adidas has created their space and have carved out their space inside of the metaverse, where they're going to utilize their NFTs for utility. And that's why I mentioned about utility, having something attached to that NFT that's of value and not just something that's not of value. So guys, I'm going to be doing this every Monday, so stay tuned. Make sure you ask me for my link, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Happy Metaverse Monday and a wonderful week to you. See you soon. Have a great day.